Mike Elko's first season at Texas A&M was definitely not a success. 8-5. He was doing that at Duke. Actually, 9-4 when he left there in 2023. And it's Texas A&M with all that money, all those resources, brought in Mike Elko to win championships. 8-5. Well, let's understand that this Texas A&M team was down 17-7 against Texas. 1 yard away from the goal line. If they push that in, it's 17-14. They got 4 to 5 minutes left to get a stop on defense and go tie or win the game to go to the SEC championship game. Of course, Texas A&M did not get it done. They ran the ball right up the middle. I was surprised at the call there to try to go right into the teeth of that Longhorn defense to try to pulled that game out and didn't work out. So they fall to 8-4, and then they lose the bowl game to USC to finish at 8-5. So that's what it is. You are what your record says you are. But I'm here to say Texas A&M is close to SEC contention. Welcome into the Voice of College Football. Appreciate you stopping by for the best in discussion, debate, and analysis. Keep in mind that we go live with you each and every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the College Football Show. Give me a call. Join the chat. Trash talk with everyone in the college football community here at the Voice of College Football. Please like and subscribe the video. Even if you don't agree with me, if you enjoy what we're doing, please like and subscribe. All right. History says that the expectations will not be met. This program has not won a national championship since 1939, has not won a conference championship since 1998. So they're still 0 for the SEC, of course. And it doesn't matter who is in charge. It just doesn't happen. And they have really invested in football, especially since the Johnny Manziel era. But Kevin Sumlin, Jimbo Fisher, and now Mike Elko, year one, not getting it done in the standings. But again, very close, very close. Let's start at quarterback, Marcel Reed. And I do believe that Mike Elko is one of the better coaches in college football. Okay, Reed was not the starter at the beginning of 2024. It was, of course, Connor Wegman, former five-star, now at Houston, because against LSU, Texas A&M came back to win that game in large part to Marcel Reed's playmaking ability. He ran for almost 600 yards and 7 touchdowns, 15 TDs, 6 picks, 61%. Still a player in progress in terms of trying to improve as a passer, a precision passer, reading defenses, being polished. But again, an entire offseason to get ready after he finished off the Texas A&M run, mostly in fine fashion. And he has a backfield that is one of the top units in the SEC, led by Le'Veon Moss, who did miss the last 5 games of the season when Texas A&M went 1-4, 765 yards, 10 touchdowns. Also, you got Amari Daniels, 661 and 8 touchdowns. Don't forget about Reuben Owens. He was the number 1 running back in his class, out for the year early last season. And then also you've got Emmitt Smith's son, E.J. Smith, 12th rated running back in his class. So Texas A&M can go 4 deep with tons of talent and at least experience out of Daniels and also Moss. At the wide receiver position, this has been upgraded significantly with the addition of Casey Concepcion from NC State, kind of a jack of all trades. Line him up in the slot, wide. Also, you can basically give him the football out of the backfield. He had over 40 carries 2 years ago at NC State, 124 catches, 16 touchdowns from Concepcion. And also Mario Craver, one of the fastest players in college football, comes in from Mississippi State, where he averaged almost 22 yards per catch for the Bulldogs. At tight end, you got Nate Borkacher coming in from Nebraska, where he started 16 games for GBR, and also Amari Nyblack, former 4 to 5 star at Alabama. The offensive line returns 4 of 5 starters and 156 career starts. I believe this unit is going to be in contention for the Joe Moore Award. If Marcel Reed can clean up a few mistakes, become a little bit more precision in the passing game, that running back unit is stout. The running game for Texas A&M could be ridiculous considering Reed adds to it. The offense could be much better than what we've seen in recent years. Let's get to the defense. Really, considering the talent, they did not perform last year. 63rd in total defense, number 35 in scoring defense. They lose 3 NFL draft selections up front in the first 2 rounds of the draft. They try to replace him with the number 1 player in the country, DJ Hicks out of Oklahoma. Got TJ Searcy of Florida, where he was a factor there. And they get a transfer from Iowa State in Tyler Oneedham, who had 33 tackles last season. But the defensive front, you got to think it's going to take a downgrade from last year. But the linebackers in the secondary, stacked. Torian York, one of the best in the nation, 82 tackles, 7 tackles for loss at linebacker. And he is flanked by Scooby Williams, 43 stops, 7 TFLs. The defensive backs, experienced and excellent. Will Lee, 42 tackles, 2 picks. Safety Dalton Brooks, 59 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss. And they bring in Julian Humphrey, who started some at corner at Georgia. Leave it up to the place kicker, and they're in pretty good shape at Texas A&M with one Randy Bond, 20 of 24 last year. Tyler White is back as the punter as well. So they've got the punter and place kicker back. Tyler White, 45 yards per punt. Of course, we know everyone in the SEC plays the same schedule they did last year. They just play the teams away that they took on at home last year and vice versa. For Texas A&M, their season really gets started in week 3 against Notre Dame. Of course, they lost to the Irish at home last year after a tie ball game midway through the 4th quarter. They gave up the final 10 points to Notre Dame. But also keep in mind, as we look at the schedule, Texas San Antonio and Utah State, those should not be necessarily 4-quarter challenging games, but they're not complete walkovers. So Texas A&M will need to take care of business, and they may just be lathered up just enough to put up a fight in South Bend against Notre Dame. That should be one of the best games of the non-conference season. No Georgia, no Bama, and if you want to throw Tennessee and Oklahoma into that group, when you're talking about tough games, they're spread out. So there is a 3-game stretch here. Florida, Arkansas, LSU. There's a 2-gamer late in the season with Mizzou and South Carolina. And, of course, Texas is the game. But this time the Aggies will have to go on the road to Austin. What do you think? Will there be another SEC championship game appearance on the line when Texas A&M takes on Texas? We think not. Not quite. But it would not surprise me if Texas A&M makes a run in the college football playoff. 8-4, 5-3 is our current call. What we are thinking about doing, folks, is getting together sometime in the last week of the off season, sometime in late August. Go through the entire schedule. Week 1, game by game. Mark them off. Prediction, and then just see where it leads us. For now, it's 8-4 for Texas A&M. That sounds like Texas A&M, doesn't it? Your comments and questions down below. Again, remember, the College Football Show, and also keep in mind we've got a Texas A&M show and channel. Check it out. We've got it down in the comments section below, right here at the Voice of College Football.